what's happening, everybody? Today we have, well, actually you have a decision to make. It's so important. Can you handle it? Because this is really like, you know, you're choosing a path at this point. You've got to do it. We need to decide, what do you need? Do you need a Tele or do you need a Strat? What do you need? Now, I know there's a person back there sitting there saying, you don't need any of those. You need this guitar. Well, hey, Negative Nancy, how about you calm down with that can't-do attitude? I believe in you. I believe that you need one of these guitars. And we're just gonna have some fun. I'm gonna talk about the differences. You know, I actually see this comment a lot in the, you guys ask me, which one should I get, Strat or Tele? They're both very different. They're kind of the kings of twang of the Fender realm. And let's talk about it. Now for the tones, I'm gonna be playing out of my American Standard Telecaster, the American Standard VG Stratocaster. I'm not activating the roll-in pickup, so basically normal Strat. And I'm going into the Axe-Fx. The reason is because these are all single coil guitars, and they hum really bad because my lights are like right here. So, but that's other than that, and it's just going in. I'm recording it. So let's talk about this. So the Telecaster, but the Tele is kind of like the OG for me of the Fender stuff. And, you know, there are a few things to consider with this guitar if you are getting one. Now, luckily, modern Telecasters like mine, this is the 2013, have what's called a comfort cut, or in my case, a belly cut. And kind of other little, tricks to it, but I'm not so concerned about that stuff. I just think that that is an important part because it makes it very comfortable. Strats have these. It makes the Tele much more comfortable. Now, something a Tele lacks that a Strat has is a arm contour here. So if you're the person who rests their arm here, I see some people like to really have their arm up here. I set my arm more to the side so it doesn't bother me at all. But this can hurt your arm, just like, pain right here. I see a lot of people not like Telecasters because they don't have arm contours. Like I said, it doesn't bother me. It's just something to consider. Just kind of like pay attention to the way that you're sitting with the guitar on your lap. And other than that, man, you kind of, to be honest, you can't go wrong with a Telecaster. A Telecaster is, to me, one of the most simple guitars, and it does it all. It's as simple or as complicated as you want to make it as the player. So overall, basically, 2 pickups, 3 positions to choose from. You got your bridge. Let me do that again, because that bend was not very good, was it? Middle position. Now, this one would normally hum. I have a gate on, so you can't hear the hum, but normally this one would be pretty noisy. Middle position, you're gonna buck that hum with both of these. Very signature Telecaster sound is that middle position right there. Was it Brad Paisley used that a lot? I can't remember. And then neck position right here on a good old Telecaster. Which makes me want to play Hendrixy. But I'll be honest with you guys about a Telecaster, and this is why ideally having both, but if you can only have one, we're going to kind of talk about that. I do not like the sound of Tele neck pickups most of the time. I don't hate them, I just don't love them. Now, one of literally my favorite tone of all time is the neck position on a Strat. I love that sound. I don't know why that sound isn't in a Telecaster. But on the flip side of it, the Telecaster bridge is incredible. And I, typically do not like the single coil pickup that is in pretty much every Strat I've ever played ever. I think I played one of the Friedman Strats, the gold. I had a Shoreline Gold one. I did a demo on it. That was the closest I think I've ever been to liking the single coil pickup in a Strat. That one had a little bit more thickness to it, than it wasn't as like brittle as a normal Strat pickup. But even then, I'm like, man, I'd rather have a humbucker in there or something like that. But on Teles, they sound incredible. Now, I just found this out because I wanted to put a Tele pickup in a Strat guitar, and you can do that. Issue is, that I was advised about is part of the Tele sound is this big metal bridge right here. So the pickup is mounted to this metal bridge, and without it, it changes the sound of the pickup quite a bit. So if you were to put it on a Strat, it's mounting it to plastic. And you know, basically I was advised, like, you know, if you're wanting it to sound like a Tele, it's not going to sound that way unless you want to put that metal bridge on there or something like that. And I'm like, no, I don't really want to do that. But I'm sure there's workarounds. But I just thought that was interesting. I never really like paid attention to this big metal plate. I mean, I always saw it, but I didn't realize, you know what, that's part of the Tele sound, that pickup being mounted to that. And you know, a Tele has such a great sound. Like I said, it could be as simple as a straightforward. It never goes out of tune. I don't know. I have 3 different, you know, iterations of a Telecaster, pretty much. I wanted to go with this one because it's the standard Tele. But they all share that. They're just like workhorse guitars, you know. So typically, if I'm playing a Telecaster, I pretty much reside only on the bridge pickup. Like I said, I will use the middle position. I don't really use the neck that much. Maybe for clean stuff, but you know, typically I don't. You know, I don't really like the way the. Well, this actually sounds pretty good. but yeah, I like the sound of the bridge a lot. You know. So that's a Telecaster. You know, there's a lot of things to consider. Upper fret access is a little bit more difficult because you have your hand hits this. On a Strat, you have a little bit more room for your hand to get up here. But I've never had any like glaring issue with it. Same with like a Les Paul or something like that. It's a little bit more difficult, but you know what? It works. Telecaster, baby. Now for the Strat Attack. Now, like I said, this is it's basically an American Strat. It is a VG. You notice there's a light here, pickup. This is not engaged right now. All that stuff is turned off. So I'm using it right now as a standard Strat. And a Strat to me is just what home feels like when I play a guitar. This style of guitars, I love Les Pauls, I love Telecasters, I love all that stuff, but I started on a Strat. That's kind of where it all began for me. And I think as far as guitars go, you know, aside from the big old block it's got back here, but again, once you play Strats for a long time, you're just used to it. I don't really like consider that a hindrance anymore. But you know, this is the most comfortable guitar. I believe out of all the guitars out there, this one is designed to be comfortable to play. And you have your belly cuts back here, of course, right there. And you have what I was talking about before that the Tele lacks is an arm contour. Now, on modern Teles, they do round the edges pretty good, and I think that would help with that issue. But with a Strat, it's so comfortable. Like your arm is just like your arm's on vacation when you're sitting here playing this thing. To be honest. Let's see, and there's that neck pickup. I love it. But obviously with a Strat, you have a lot more options available to you. You have a 5-way pickup selector switch, tone knob, which honestly, no, I'm joking. Actually, I started using them, which is weird. I started using tone knobs, but we're not gonna really talk about that today. They both have tone knobs. Now the bridge pickup, I think it sounds, you know, sounds fine for. I think that it's a little bit unfair with this particular one because basically they route out a huge section of the guitar. And so that's all routed out for that pickup. And I feel like it warms it up a little bit. So this is not going to be like your 100% standard Strat that is going to get all that, to me, brightness from not having a big section of it basically like hollowed out. And like I said, this one, it works, it sounds good. But then when I hear the Tele, I like the Tele more. You know, it's a little bit more like grit and kind of attitude to it. But what Strats do possess, like I said, are two, to me, like quintessential tones. So you have position 2 on a Strat, which is these 2 pickups. I have this pickup wound flush with the pickguard, so it's not as strong of a sound. But that tone right there, that is as Strat as it gets. The Strat quack is what I call it. That's part of owning a Strat. That's one of the tones you want, that position 2. Now, another really popular one is, to me, position 4. And I'll say some people like to call their pickups 1, 2, 3. I do it 1, 2, 3. So I'm thinking bridge as 1. That's position 1. 2 would be these two. 3 is just your middle. 4 is these two. Now this is another kind of like signature, to me, Strat sound. Your middle pickup and your neck pickup. A little bit more pop to it than the neck pickup by itself. I think that's one that John Mayer uses a lot. I can't go any further than this because of copyright. But he does that a lot. And I like the neck pickup. Here it's a little bit thicker sounding. I messed up and that chord still worked, so I'll take it. So a Strat, I think your Strat has a little bit more versatility to it because of the pickup selection and pickup selection and arranging. Geez, and it's a little bit more comfortable. So basically, what I'm going to say here is overall, I would get both if possible. If not possible, I would have to go Strat. To be honest, I think Strat, if you're looking for one that offers a couple more things that the Tele doesn't, but I feel like a Tele is a world of its own, and you know, it's such a unique instrument, and it's just something you have to really decide which one you like the sound of better. I think overall, I like the sound of a Tele better because of the bridge, because I use the bridge pickup more than anything. But like I said, for sheer versatility, I think of the kind of array of tones you can get, a Strat wins. So if you're really looking for, like, maybe you're in a gigging band, you're trying to get something that can cover the most ground, I would probably go Strat. If you're looking for something that is just more kind of like gritty and kind of rough, get a Tele, you know, stuff like that. So that's just kind of it. This video was probably not helpful at all, but yo, that's what I do. I make the least helpful videos ever, and then I post them on YouTube. So other than that, guys, I will be seeing you all later. Hope you enjoyed this. Let me know down below. You Tele, you Strat, what are you? Bro, what are you? Later, guys. Woo!